that was my first time in LA. Like, LA to me meant Lower Alabama. Just listened to The Arms of the Angel like 50 times and cried myself to sleep.
Sometimes you just need Arms of an Angel.
Anytime I hear it, it was always like late night when I'd stay up and I'd like sneak out of my room. I'd be like, I'm gonna watch TV, and it would always be Sarah McLachlan. I'm like, okay, I'm going back to bed. Mom and Dad were right.
Yeah.
Nighttime's scary. Sad cats.
God, I hate waking up to those. That's the worst. If you fall asleep, especially if you're like in a hotel or something, and you fall asleep with the TV on, and you wake up at 4 a.m. to dying cats with Sarah McLachlan.
You see like a cat with tears, and I'm like, how'd they get the tears in its eye? Like, are they putting like little eye drops? I don't know, but he just like super sad.
Yeah. Oh, that's really depressing.
In a hotel feels worse than your own home.
When you're like, when you're not in your own bed.
It's like
really
this
wake
money
up
you
like
spent on the hotel room could save that cat, you know?
I hate that. You wake up and you literally don't know where you are.
Oh, I hate that too. And it's like, because being on the road and everything, like going from place to place, like it was crazy. I knew my mom was coming the next day and I left her the key under the mat and everything. And so I'm laying there sleeping. And then I hear somebody walk in and I just like, oh.
And they brought milkshakes.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Are those potato chips?
Yes.
It's our sweet and salty cheesecake. You have coffee and donuts.
Ooh.
Oh.
I know. I'm excited and terrified. Because I shouldn't have worn white. That was dumb.
Yeah, that was not
How do they get
smart.
it to stay like that?
Science.
Look at it.
It's one of Newton's laws.
What are Newton's laws?
Probably.
Legendary. Newton's laws, was it physics? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh,
Physics.
yes.
Good job. Wordle.
Wordle. feels like a Wordle thing.
Are you a fan of physics? What was your favorite school subject?
Oh, I loved history.
Wow, you're a rare breed.
Oh my gosh, no, I loved history. I loved English too because like I love reading books. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I get to kind of disappear for a while, and like every time I'd stay with my grandma, she'd be like, we're going to the library. And so I was like, oh my God, we're going to the library. And I was like, I gotta learn to love it, I guess. And so I started diving into books, and I just love stories, but history was cool too. My dad loved history, so we watched History Channel.
Our dads would be friends. My dad's a big history guy. At night, he would read us books, stories of mountain men.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was
they
like our
would bro
bedtime
down so
stories.
hard. Yeah, my dad loves the History Channel.
Yeah.
And the Discovery Channel.
Well, you discover a lot there.
You do indeed. Yep. Shark Week was insane. I look forward to it all the time because I'm like, at least it's not like them like running on the landscapes. I'm like, I'm about to see some action.
Are you an ocean gal?
I am. Like, I love the ocean.
Where did you grow up?
Tennessee. Winchester, Tennessee.
Okay, cool name.
Yeah.
I have a horse named Winchester.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Cool.
How long have you had your horse?
Oh, we have 100.
Oh really?
There's a few. So we run out of names.
Is that where you grew up or here now?
No, in Wyoming. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a little more room for horses.
Oh my God, I hate you. I want to go to Wyoming so bad.
Come on out.
I know, I love
I got
Colorado.
a horse for you.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. My mom had a horse growing up named Teaspoon.
That is so cute.
I thought it was such a cool name.
Was he little?
Yeah, he was little.
That's
like,
cute.
You know, but he was like smaller than the other horses, and so they named him Teaspoon.
I like naming them something ironic, like if they're small, like name him
Hefty.
Yeah. Yeah. Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls.
You know, something ironic.
Oh my gosh, like if they're really big, like you would name it like Teacup or like that would have been more
like
fun.
A big Clydesdale draft horse. Teacup.
Yeah. What are the tiny ponies called?
Shetlands.
Yeah, they're expecting a Shetland pony, and like a hoss comes walking through, and you're like, yeah, it's Teacup, boys.
I used to have a llama named Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my gosh.
And Lamar Odom.
The Lamar Odom.
We had a lot of llamas. Barack Obama.
Really? Barack Obama. That is incredible.
Michelle Obama, obviously.
It's so funny that you talk about llamas because, like, back home, the lady next door has llamas. And so, like, every day after school, Mom and I would walk down that road, and it's like a 4-mile road. That's what I did back in 2020. That's all I did every day. I just looked outside. And so every time there was like the baby llama, and he would just run. He would just jump through the pasture, and it was kind of like that moment where the two people go towards each other, and that was me and him. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love you.
Frolicking. Who would you be from Friends?
Oh my God, probably Phoebe.
I was gonna say
Probably Phoebe.
I feel like you're Phoebe with a sprinkle of Rachel.
Yeah, that feels good. That feels right.
And a little Joey on the weekends.
Little Joey, I'm like, hello world. Yeah, because I'm just like I'll be serious like sometimes, but most times I'm like, whatever, life's short.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta make jingles and sing Smelly Cat.
Make a jingle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love how you already had this snap going.
Do you need a beat?
When life gets a little scary, get your milkshake at Legendary. Bow, bow. Donuts.
I'm amazed. Wow,
Yeah.
I see why you went so far on that show. You just dazzled them.
I just sang jingles every
Wow.
week, every Sunday.
I'm impressed.
Oh my
you
gosh.
have my vote.
Thank you so much. America has decided.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
Fun fact, I was also on a TV show, and
Yeah.
I also was runner-up.
Oh my gosh!
Look
what
at us.
about?
So good
Team
at losing.
2.
Yeah.
Team 2.
We are the best of the losers.
You're on Big
fine.
Brother, right? That's what I was thinking whenever I heard about it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited.
Big Brother, it's
Yeah.
fun, reality TV.
Reality, it is so wild.
something.
Can you watch reality TV anymore?
Yeah, but through a very different lens.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's so weird, watching it now because I'm like, oh, that was a B-roll shot, and like my family's like, quit ruining TV for me.
I know. I try to look at listen to the audio and see where they've spliced things together.
Yeah, like there's probably more of that on yours. Mine was kind of like I would know whenever something would be like taken
Yeah.
again and everything. I'm like, oh my God, this is where like they dramatically look. I'm like, it's gonna happen. I know
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
What was one of the most random things that surprised you?
Just everything was equally surprising. Like, just because like going on the show, like I auditioned for American Idol when I was like 16, 17, 18, so like 3 or 4 times, and auditioned for other shows too. Just like I think it was anything that I could do to make it one day. I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what happens, and that it kind of came out of the blue when this happened. I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. I feel like everything's pushing me that way, and I couldn't believe I made it past Nashville, and it was just such a wild ride. Like I learned so much about like TV. I never thought I'd be on TV in my life, and like I ended up like I love it. I never shut up, and so I just enjoy it. I really do. It's so fun, and getting to meet a lot of people that came from a lot of different places and backgrounds. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I could call anybody from my season. I know they'd show up. I think that was the coolest part. It's like going through all this stuff together, and you like these are strangers, and then by the end of like a year, by the end of filming, you're like, oh my God, I feel like I know these people my whole life.
They fast track to family.
I know I can count on them, even though like we don't talk every day sometimes. It's like if something happened to me, they would be here, and that's just like some of the coolest stuff ever.
It's very invaluable. That's something about being on reality TV that people don't realize. It's like
Yeah.
those bonds are unshakable, unbreakable.
Yeah, because it's like being on a competition show. It's everybody at home, I feel like, is like, oh, this is competition. Like, they're all like this. And they're like, and I thought that's how it'd be going. And I thought it'd be very like high school, like mean, but it wasn't like that at all. I think I was like, oh my gosh, this is even harder because when somebody would go, you're just like, oh my God, like that was my person. And so there was one like cut that I lost like a lot of my like really, really close knit group. And I would just like freaking bawling afterwards because I'm like, who am I going to talk to? And of course, you bond with everybody on the show, but like,
It's tough.
It's tough, and it's not like they die. Like you're gonna see them again, but it feels like they died.
Because in that moment, that little world that you're living in is everything. It's so huge,
Yeah.
so it feels heavy.
I'm just like, I know I'm gonna see. Like, I think my dad's like, you're gonna see him again. What's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm just crying.
Yeah.
Because they're gone from my world for right now.
Yeah.
And that was probably like the hardest part. Was just like all the emotions.
Yeah.
All the anxiety.
Emotions are weird.
I know, not very fun.
No.
Not very fun. That's why I drink milkshakes to drown out my emotions.
Had you traveled much before?
No, like that was my first time in LA. Like LA to me meant Lower Alabama. Like it's like the Targets there are so wild. Like because they have an escalator for your buggy. I lost my mind because I had some of the people on the show were from LA, and I literally stood there and just watched the buggies go up and down. And they're like, "You were freaking nuts!" And I'm like, "We don't have these in Tennessee. The ones in Tennessee, like the wheels are just messed up, and you're like kind of crunching to the left side."
Yeah, and then you get really stoked when you get a good shopping cart. You're like, yes, smooth rider.
Oh my gosh, it feels like you just brush your teeth. Like just that feeling.
Yeah, it's just the little wins in life.
The little wins in
They
life.
mean a lot.
I have never seen a chip in a milkshake.
Neither.
Was it a good decision? Mm-hmm. You're just, well, salty and sweet.
Are you a salty or sweet person?
Oh my gosh, it honestly depends on the day. Like if I'm having like a super, super bad day and I'm gonna be like, okay, I would like a cookie. Like it's like give a mouse a cookie. I deserve a cookie. Like I went through all this, like I went through a chaotic day. Like I deserve it. It's like a little treat. I do that all the time. I'm like, I deserve a little treat.
Yeah.
But like whenever I'm just chilling out, I'm like, I want something salty.
See, my problem is if I have something sweet, then I need something salty after it. But then after something salty, I'm like, well, I should probably have some dessert.
It's so funny too because like it's whenever you really, really want something. And so if you're in a group, you're like, hey guys, do you want it too? And if someone says no, it crushes my entire dreams. And I was like, yeah, I didn't want it anyway.
Yeah.
And I just like sit there in like a little puddle of shame, and I'm like, I really wanted that ice cream.
Yeah, no, stay out of the shame puddle.
I was like, I wanted it.
Oh, I hate that. The buzzkill.
My close friends are not no people. They're like, yeah. they could have eaten like the Last Supper that day, and they'd be like, yeah, I'll do ice cream. Like it's gonna be fine. Yeah.
A yes man. Are you a yes gal?
Yeah. I think a lot of the time, just because I'm like, I want to see where this goes.
What's the craziest place that's led you saying yes?
I think on the TV show, I was like, yes, yes. I think I've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people. Just like, you know, it's so scary putting yourself out there. And I think like coming back from the show, I think that was hard. Like, I was like so nervous going out. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what to say. Like, I felt like before I kind of just like didn't filter myself, and I was just like, you know, goofy. And so it took me a few months to like kind of just get back in the groove of who I was and stuff. And so like, you know, I'm back. Obviously, I'm a ding dong. So, but like, you know, before you just kind of freak out. You're like, am I saying the right thing? Like, yeah.
It's weird functioning as a real human again.
I know.
It shouldn't. Robot.
I know, full robot.
I don't know if you're a Tootsie's
I
kind
love
of gal.
Greener's
but-
Alley. Miss Kelly's over there. Oh, it's a karaoke bar.
Oh.
It's so fun. I
Well,
love.
that's not fair. Do you do karaoke?
I love people watching.
That's okay.
And like all my friends will go, and so we'll just hang out, and be like, oh, and if I do it, like if I do a song, then it's like gonna be funny, like a funny fun song.
If I showed up to karaoke and you grabbed the mic, I would be pissed.
You'd be like, how dare you,
no,
you
boo!
loser!
Give us a chance.
Oh no, I'd probably just like I would do like a fun song. I'd be like, yeah, sounding like absolutely ear-scratchingly terrible.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh my gosh, So What, Pink.
Okay.
I love Pink. Growing up, like I was like, I want to be her so bad. Somewhere between like Pink and Dolly Parton.
Well, that is something.
That is something, because I think it was just how tough she was and like how strong, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cool. And my mom always listened to Pink, and so in the car I'd be like Pink, and Evanescence for my mom, and so that's what I would listen to in the car all the time.
When you're in your feels, nothing hits like Evanescence.
Oh
Truly.
my gosh, yeah, like I'll sit there and be like, I feel like I'll look out the window on a dark, cloudy day and be like, yeah, this is about to, and I'll go to Hot Topic like 4 times, like spend all my money.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because every time I'm in Hot Topic, I hear Evanescence.
True.
Yeah.
True. If you had to name this chapter in your life something, what would it be called?
Oh my gosh, these are good questions. These are like life questions.
We're getting deep.
I know we are getting deep. I would call it the beginning of something, because I feel like, you know, I kind of ended the chapter of my life with, you know, like just going from like the TV thing and then coming back and kind of restarting everything, and, you know, just coming back and all the great things that happened, like working on an album, I signed to a record label, like everything that I've ever dreamed of in my entire life, you know, like everything I'd ever prayed for like happened, and I feel like this is finally like the beginning of something really cool. So beginning of something feels good.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, thanks.
Do you have any weird rituals before performing?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like everybody does. So I always call my mom and dad, and I pray with them. I listen to like some like 2010s like skating rink music, and I'll just jam out with the guys. We'll be like, let's go, and so and just kind of hyping everybody up, and just kind of sit there right before I go on stage, and just kind of like just pull myself together and just be like, okay, I really want to be in this moment. I want to put on the best show possible. I think anytime I play, that's all I'm worried about. Like, I'm just like, I want everybody to have a good time. I want to make sure that I do my best, and so I get a little scared right before I walk on, and then it's just like nothing ever happened because it feels just like a big party. Yeah.
What's the go-to 2000s song?
Oh, what's the lips like sugar, my lips like sugar, candy got you sprung. You know, and you're just like skating, and you hear Cyclone right after, and you're just like, this is the best day of my life. You're wearing
Love
the
it.
Ed Hardy Converse.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good time of my life, and I like to remember it.
yeah. First Ed Hardy t-shirt. That was like a big life moment.
And a feather in your hair. That was a good time in my life.
Yeah. Love a good hair feather.
Hair feather
Why?
and Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
Oh, and like the 3 tank top thing.
Well, you can't just have 2. I'm cold.
I
need
look like a
3.
7-layer cake by the end of it because I have so many tank tops.
Sleeves, 3 tank tops. Obviously.
Of course, I'm doing tank tops.
Well, we're very fashionable, and I'm very just proud of us.
I am too.
Yeah.
Let's go team. Team
Woo!
2.
Team 2. Team, not losers. I like Team 2 better.
Team 2.
Okay. Look at us. Look at us go.